Hey class, Johnny Peoples Jr. First and foremost, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity to share my assignment with you. Want to talk about First Step House Recovery of Orange County, formerly known as Charlie Street Detox Center. That's the place where I got sober October 4th of 2012, and for that I'm forever grateful and thankful to the Lord that He saved my life and that I was able to go to Alcoholics Anonymous to get sober. But for this assignment, in this video, I just want to talk a little bit about the place and the servant leaders over there. The servant leadership principles that I saw on display there were empathy, honesty, open-mindedness, and community. And empathy was first because the servant leaders who came through the treatment center there when I was there, they shared their struggles with alcoholism and addiction, and they came because they could solely relate to people like myself who was going through it, and they showed us compassion, love, trust, hope, faith, and all those things when they were there. And they showed us what it meant to really truly give back. The second principle, leadership principle, is honesty. Most of the men were genuine and real, free from deception. They show sincerity and adherence to the facts. The servant leaders are that came through. They were armed with the facts about themselves and about their fears and their individual way of living and surrendering their life to God or a higher power. Another human, they knew the exact things that was going on with them, so they was able to admit to God, to themselves, and to another human being exact natures of their wrongs and share those with us, so that way we can do the same thing. They share in open meetings. They share their experience, strength, and hope, so newcomers can see that the process actually works. When you're getting sober, it's important that you get to see that things work. And those sober leaders that came through Charlie Street Detox Center, they showed that very well. Number three is open-mindedness. The definition is the readiness to consider something without prejudice. And the guys that came in there showed open and honestly who they were. They care about your race, creed, or color, your background, where you came from. The only cause they had was to help men stay sober and try to help men find a power greater than themselves. They did not consider what a conception of God was, whether you believe in Christ, Buddha, Judaism, Islam, all that stuff. All they cared about was that you found a power greater than yourself, which will help you solve your problem. And then they share with you that you were beyond human aid. Without a power greater than yourself, there's no way you can stay sober. So they had a good message there in the sense that they will always come in and talk about that, because that's what they went through. A lot of the men were selfish and self-centered, but once they surrendered their life, in my case to Christ, but a lot of those guys surrendered to a higher power, then their spiritual journey began, and they were able to share that with us. Like I said, no matter what the race, creed, religion, national origin, or whatever background we were from. The fourth thing would be servant leadership principle with community. Community basically a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. The servant leaders that came through Charlie Street Detox Center all had completed the program. They were on committee. They came back and volunteered their time. They gave back. They did all kinds of things like wash clothes, help guys drink the juice and stuff that helped them come down from the alcoholism or the drugs. They basically just did everything as far as running the house, making sure people had towels and shoes and soap and hygiene and all that stuff. So it was a very good place where the community came together, because it's a bunch of men that had been through the house themselves, and they just came back for the sole purposes of giving back. A lot of guys got onto the committee there where they volunteered their time after work or before work or during work, and came over and just read the literature with a lot of men that were in the house. So I thought those four leadership principles was what the house is really about. As far as people and community, the people there, the men who were in the house, who stayed for 10 days, and gained back their health. They got their families back. A lot of stuff happened when they were there. People had gave away a lot of things that got them back. They finished the 12-step process. They worked all the 12 steps. They got sober. They started working and helping with other alcoholics, and giving back so freely what was given to them. The men in the house, they celebrate their birthdays. Every time they celebrate a milestone or a birthday, they would share that at the meeting, so other newcomers can see that the program actually worked. And they would make themselves available day and night via phone call, text, or email, and stuff like that. And just really hone the message that in order to stay sober, you got to find this power greater in yourself. And they did a really good job with the people, the community. It's a local community there in Costa Mesa. They gained the trust of the men who have stayed sober, that came through Charlie Street Detox Center. Actually gave the men a lot of jobs, gave them opportunities to have housing, gave them different types of avenues to get food and stuff. And they funded some of the program activities, the holidays, and the food events that was going on there. The community made it publicly known that First Step House of Orange County was a place where people can recover and get back their lifestyle in the lives that they had before drugs and alcohol ruined them. Um, and the most valuable principles I would use in my organization out of the four principles that I got were empathy and honesty. And I'll read this verbatim. What I wrote was, I currently use this as my private business, coaching football in the Dear Morey Mental Health Center. I put myself in the shoes of others at all three of these vocations because I have personally been through the experiences of each and can relate to the athletes, mental health patients, and alcoholics and addicts because I've been on the other side of each. Having empathy means that I can put myself in other shoes and sharing the common experiences with them. Greater Good magazine quotes, the term empathy is used to describe a wide range of experiences, and I feel that I can mirror what others are feeling and have a good sense of idea of what they're going through and emotionally. And then the last thing will be honesty. I today have implemented honesty in my organization because I have learned that when I act upon the highest conception of honesty that has given me, my sense of honesty becomes more accurate. I have learned that honesty is truth and that the truth shall set me free. Servant leadership is all about honesty and being genuine and real with yourself first. I must be honest in order for those that I serve to trust me and to believe that the service I provide at Dia Morey People's Coaching in Santa Ana College is predicated on my ability to fully meet their needs and ahead of my own. Wikipedia says, and I quote, honesty is the facet of moral character that connotes positive and virtuous attributes such as integrity, truthfulness, straightforwardness, and sincerity. So that's what I have for this video, and that's what I have for this leadership principles for Charlie Street Detox Center, First Step House of Recovery, Orange County. Thank you.